Okay, so what we're doing right here is I'm training the dealership on how to use Apple FaceTime as a communication medium. So everybody here, what you're doing is this. You got to realize there's only about a 2 to 4% read open rate on emails, and there's only an 11 to 14% connection ratio for an outbound phone call. So emails and phone calls are really not that effective. So we want to do what's called tier 2 communication mediums. We're going to turn around and basically start using Apple FaceTime. So let's start over. Hang up. So here's a scenario. Mark is the internet coordinator. He's really the director, but we're role playing. And basically Dan is the prospect. Dan, wave your hand. Okay, and so what we're gonna do is, let's go to FaceTime. Put the volume up. Notice that when you FaceTime, you hear that?
Yeah.
It's a certain type of sound. Hang up again, don't answer so quickly. It's all right. So, and then I would go all the way back there. You're too close.
I'll run away.
Yeah, it's all right. So now what you're gonna do is this, again, and don't answer until I give my hand signal, right? So let's go through this again. You guys hear that? So that's what the person's gonna hear. It's a unique sound. It's not like the normal one. Now answer. Let's see what you say. Let's try to role play. Go ahead.
Hey, is this Danny?
Yeah, this is Danny.
Hey, Danny, it's Mark from Fullerton Auto Group. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Okay, stop. Couple things right here. This is never gonna happen like that because usually people are gonna be freaked out like, holy crap, who are you? Why are you calling me? So I wanna give you guys realistic stuff right here. And again, you don't ever ask, how are you? That's not the Go Synergy thing. It's, okay, boom. So I want you to go through our script. What I would say is, like what I normally say is, hey, can I speak to Danny, please?
Hi, this is Danny.
Okay, boom. Because again, I know it might seem a little bit dumb, like it's Danny's cell phone, but you never know. Somebody could be answering it right there. Hey, can I speak to Danny? So again, go into the camera.
All right. Hey, can I speak to Danny, please?
This is
Stop.
Danny.
Also, be very careful of how you are actually placed. My son is 10 years old, and it's so funny. Whenever he does FaceTime, you're the prospect, you do whatever you want. But if you're the person, you don't want them to see your nose hairs and all that other stuff. So make sure that you do it the right way. I would do it vertical like that, because that's about it. Vertical, yes, that's normal. Do it just like that. You're fine. And what you want to be able to do is try to get the best possible placement. You see what I'm saying? Like you look fine there, and maybe you actually do a little bit closer so they can kind of see you. I like right about there.
Yeah.
You look at that. That's like a 3/4 shot. How professional does it look for you, Danny?
Looks really good.
Okay, good. Now I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna get it right here. Obviously, you can't get me in there. You got that?
Okay.
All right, good. All right, so now you got good placement. What I would say also is this: I don't know what the room looks like. That's your actual BDC. The background is going to be crazy. You got to be careful. You got to be careful that people are not walking by like it's like you're photo bombing people. You want to try. So what you might want to do though is if you do this off of an Apple device, which is the iPad. This is training to do this. Watch what I would do if I'm sitting down right here. Maybe what I do is spin around so my back is facing everybody, and then the iPad is facing my computer.
Right.
Stage your shot. You
Right,
understand what I'm saying?
right.
So if my computer's right here, and instead of me facing my computer doing the Apple FaceTime like this,
Right.
I'm gonna turn around, and then so the computer's behind me. Does that make sense? So if the computer's behind me, it's gonna catch that background. So I might even stage where it says Fullerton in the monitor screen. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Then what I would do is, okay, go in, start with the script.
Hi, can I speak to Danny?
This is Danny.
Hey, Danny, this is Mark calling from Fullerton Auto Group. Did I catch you at a good time?
Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, so you need to practice that a little bit. This is a little awkward. You know what I mean? Like we know how to talk, but Apple FaceTime's a little freaked out. You guys might think this is easy. Start FaceTiming. You're like,
That's a whole new element.
Yeah, because
to it.
the dude's like in his face, like right there. You know what I mean? And so it's really crazy. That's why I'm showing you, I'm recording this so you guys can see this. You want to practice just like this. What I would do is I would have probably Dan downstairs, or I would have one of the salespeople. It might even be perfect if the salesperson is on a freaking test drive or something like that. Not where you're driving, for the record, right? But like, let's say you're with somebody, you're at the gas station or what have you. Start practicing using FaceTime amongst each other with the iPads, what have you. It doesn't matter that you, Larissa, are a coordinator, you don't have an iPhone. That's why the dealership is buying a bunch of iPads for you guys. Does that make sense?
Right.
But you cannot not practice this. Look at what we're doing here. The better you practice, the more you practice, the better it's gonna be. I'm telling you, you might turn around and be totally off guard because you don't know that a car salesman is basically FaceTiming you. So how would you really react for real if somebody just FaceTimed you, you don't know who it was?
Honestly, I probably would hang up.
Okay, that's true. So no, and
Be
so,
honest.
so he said he might hang up, and somebody might do that. So you got to be prepared with that. Guess what I would do? I'd FaceTime right back. Oh my gosh, we got disconnected. Right?
I do that when people hang up on me.
Huh?
I do that when people
Exactly. So I would turn around and be like, okay, I'm so sorry, we got disconnected. If they hang up again, I'll do it twice. That's it. They'll be like, oh, there's weird, something's wrong with the connection. Would you like me to call you instead? Or what's a better number?
Yeah.
And obviously they might not, like it, but I don't think that the majority of people are going to hang up on you. And if you do call back, I don't think they're going to keep hanging up on you. If it does happen, just 2 is it. That's the rule, right? But get comfortable. So try to have a conversation now. Go ahead.
Hey, Danny, did I get you at a good time?
Yeah, this is fine.
All right.
So stop. See. So again, that's the deal with Senator Script. Hey, can I speak to Danny? Hey, Danny, this is Sean Bradley. I'm calling from ABC Motors. I was calling about, and that's what you messed up. I was calling about your internet purchase request on the 2018. We didn't get to there yet. Boom, 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 and then you're going into it. This is it. This is the different form of communication. Get used to utilizing, Apple FaceTimes as a form of communication because it's really amazing what you can do. Again, this is where I get the point guards involved as well. If I'm talking to somebody and they turn on and say, I can't come in, I might say, well, I could turn on an Apple FaceTime you. I could show you the vehicle downstairs or in the lot or whatever it is. This is the difference between emailing or video emailing. This is live and it's bi-directional. If I'm face streaming live, you know how I did Facebook Live before? That's one directional. I'm just broadcasting out there. With this is bi-directional. As I am broadcasting to the prospect is broadcasting to us. Now, look what he just did also. This is really cool. So if I'm looking at the screen, you see how he's changing it? Flip it over. Flip it for you too. So now it's facing you, and then you just flip that, and then you could point whatever's in front of you. Now just kind of pan the room. There you go. You see that? All I would say is, what's the difference of using this or you're using this? Start to role play and start doing your conversations and start just going through it there. Because I'm telling you right now, if you could do this on an iPhone or on an iPad, it's going to be a lot easier on the phone when you're not looking at somebody, they're not looking back at you. Like, what's going on? Huh? What are you saying? Okay? This is a little bit harder, but if you could get into rhythm doing it this way with the live streaming bi-directionally, it'll be so much easier without it. Make sense?
This is more effective, you're saying,
More effective than what?
as far as making the appointment.
No, I didn't say that at all.
Okay.
What I said is that there's only a 2 to 4% read open rate on emails. There's only 11 to 14% connection ratio. So if all I had in my armory, I would say, is just email and phone call, I'm not going to be as effective. If I could add another different communication type, if I could now start Apple FaceTiming, will I have opportunities? Will people answer FaceTime? Yes, absolutely. Will people answer more FaceTimes than emails and phone calls? Probably not. But what I'm doing is this. Let's just say, for example, I made 100 phone calls, right? And I did 100 emails. And then out of the total of that, I've got 20 conversations. That's it. But if I now added 100 100 emails, 100 phone calls, I had 100, Apple FaceTimes, I might get an extra 5. So instead of just having 20 conversations, now I've got 25 conversations. So what this is going to do, it's going to incrementally increase the amount of times that you could have in engagement status. I'll have more opportunities to engage with the prospect. The next thing that we're going to go over is your actual social media DM stuff. Claire.